Good morning. I've come downstairs because Alex doesn't get up as early as I do, so he's still snoozing. And this is where I used to wake up and chill in the mornings and write in my to-dos and that kind of thing. More recently I've been doing that in bed because it's dark outside, so I don't really want to be sitting in a dark kitchen by myself. But good morning, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do almost like an old school video where I share with you healthy habits. I thought I would do it in a vlog because there are so many things that I have been doing recently that have genuinely changed my life. I don't know if this is just because my mental health is better and therefore I'm able to create these positive healthy habits in my life, or some of these healthy habits have helped my mental health. I think it's both, and they have been transformative for me, and so I really want to share them with you. The first thing you may have noticed this morning is I don't know what I captured because it's so dark. I came downstairs, I made myself a cup of tea because I'm trying to avoid caffeine first thing. I don't think it's great to have caffeine on an empty stomach for me because it just upsets my tummy, it makes me feel on edge, it gets my heart racing, and I don't think that's a good way to start the day. I think it's nice to start in a relaxed manner and in a slow manner. And that's something that I have definitely changed, because I used to wake up, have a coffee and get in the car, drive to the gym, listen to dance music and get pumped up. And for a while I was doing that, and I think it worked to get me back into the gym, but in hindsight, I just look back and think, that's the opposite of what this person needs. Some people maybe are a bit more chill. That might be a really positive thing for you. But I'm realizing that doing that first thing, it was positive for me for my physical health and for me to exert some energy. Like, I love it, it feels so good. But I just think it was setting my day up to start in that kind of go, go, go mindset, and I really need the opposite. Another thing that I don't do is I don't check my phone in the morning. My phone is over there by the island and it's on charge, and I have been doing this for a very long time and it is very positive. So really do try this. Put your phone on charge after dinner and don't touch it until next day, once you have done some of the things you want to do in the morning. So for example, journaling or exercising. If I'm exercising, I will just use my phone for music and nothing else, or like if I'm referencing like a workout guide. But it has made a big difference, and I've even gone a step further now that I don't really check my phone until I've come back from my dog walk. I've been journaling every day, which you probably saw, and it has been a really lovely habit that I've been able to keep up. For the longest time, I wasn't able to keep up with my journaling. I'm not sure why. This camera is going out of focus. I think the camera is struggling because it's so early in the morning. I've been journaling every day and it has been wonderful for my mental health. Some days I look in the journal and I'm like, what am I even gonna write? Like, I have no idea. And then it pours out. It really helps you to reflect on your emotions and have epiphanies about things and create new habits that are gonna make you feel better. So I'm gonna enjoy my cup of tea and I'm gonna do a bit of reading, and then I'm gonna go for a walk. But I don't wanna like bombard you with loads of stuff in the morning. I do a lot of healthy habits in the morning that are really important to my day. I'll go for a dog walk as soon as it's no longer pitch black outside. Roxy! Cookies! Come on! Come here! ready? You ready? Come here, Floppy. Come here. I think I want to go to the beach. Good girl. Come on then. You hate having your harness put on, don't you? But you love walkies. So it's a good trade-off. Do you want to go to the beach? Do you want to go to the beach? It's dark outside. I'm hoping that there's going to be a nice sunrise. I don't think there's going to be because it looks rainy. You can normally tell, can't you, by the sky. I feel like it's going to be a cloudy sunrise. But I've decided we're going to go to the beach because I live in Cornwall. I'm very lucky and I need to branch out with my walks. I've been doing that a lot more, going to lovely places for walks rather than just sticking to where I live. Time to go to the beach. So we're at Hale Towers in Cornwall. The tide is coming in though. I feel like I have a knack for the days I choose to go to the beach are the days where the tide, or the times I go to the beach, are the times when the tide is really high. This beach, you can walk for like miles from Hale Towers all the way to Gwythian and beyond if the tide is low. Walking is a habit that has changed my life. It's what I turned to when the pandemic hit, and having a dog has just encouraged me to get outside and walk, because I spend so much time inside. I spend so much time at home. If my job was different, then maybe my appreciation for walks wouldn't be quite the same, but I need this time, and when I'm feeling really low, I do not prioritise it because I just get Alex to walk Roxy, and I've just decided that I'm not doing that anymore because you cannot beat this. And I was watching a TikTok the other day, weirdly, that said that there's studies that show just 10 minutes by a body of water can improve your mood. And sorry, I thought that was Roxy, but it's not. Also, I've started to not bring my headphones because I was every single morning putting my headphones in, listening to music or a podcast. And while that's fun, I don't know, it just didn't allow my brain to switch off. Like right now, obviously I'm vlogging. Probably not the best thing for my brain to switch off, but before I used to be like, oh, that would be boring. How crazy of a mindset is that? To go to somewhere like this and think, oh, it's boring if I've not got my headphones. That just shows you the headspace I was in. Not good. So I've been doing that and it's been lovely. And I'll listen to podcasts and music other times of the day. I feel like it was just another form of distraction. But look at this expanse of sand. I am so lucky to live here. Bobby! Good morning. The animals are eating. Now it's time for me to shower. Out the shower, and this is the first time I'm properly looking at my phone. I had loads of messages from my family and I just have a quick look on how my video from last night did. So it's given me the space to not be like thinking about work until I actually needed to. I only used my phone for music in the car. What a lovely way to start the day. I'm gonna put my makeup on and we've just got a delivery, so I'll show you that when I go downstairs, and I'm gonna make some breakfast because I'm hungry. I'm dressed, my hair is wet. We've just got a delivery from Green Chef, so I'm gonna show you what we got because I'm gonna make that for lunch. Right, so they come in these little bags, and before I show you everything, I do have a discount code, so I'll put that on screen and down below. My discount code will get you a reduction on your first box and then the next boxes that you order, but I'll put exactly what it gets you here and then also in the description down below so you know exactly what deal you're getting. But let me show you what we got. So, first box, this is, well, I'm not sure, we'll find out. We've got some kidney beans, some chopped tomatoes, and everything comes in the right amount and in a nice brown paper bag. Parsley, I think that this is for the, this will be for the Central American spiced sweet corn ribs. A red pepper, an onion, and then we have portioned out amount of basmati white rice, Cajun spice mix, veg stock paste, and then Central American style spiced mix. So everything in this box. And then the fresh part is the sweet corn, which I put in the fridge. This looks like it might be the tacos, yes. So we've got rockets, we've got our tacos, and they do change this depending on how many people you're ordering for. So I ordered for 2 people. You can order for different amounts of people. And then we've got some Cajun spice, chili flakes, an onion, a lime and a tomato. And there's the onion. And this is the final recipe. I think this is the nut stuffed portobello mushrooms. I mean, the dream. And Brussels sprouts, like 2 of my favourite veg. And then my 3rd favourite veg, kale. If only we had some cabbage in here too, and broccoli. Fresh mushrooms, chives. This feels like a very autumnal, lovely meal. Some chopped walnuts, potatoes, yum, dried rosemary. This looks like some vegan mayonnaise, some pumpkin seeds, dressing, and hazelnuts. So it all comes packaged like that, but the recipes are very easy. I'll show you what I make for lunch. And this is definitely another sort of healthy habit that I have introduced. This is definitely another healthy habit I've introduced with meal planning and making eating healthy easy, because it's all well and good saying, I'm gonna eat healthy this week, but if you haven't made a meal plan, you haven't ordered from a delivery service like this to cook specific meals on specific days and know what you're making, it can be easy to just on the day think, oh, I cannot be bothered, I'm gonna order something, I'm gonna just make something that won't make me feel very good, that's just easy from the fridge. But I find if I've prepped my meals by knowing what I'm eating every day, so knowing what days I'm eating what dinners, and then having the right ingredients for breakfast and for lunch in the fridge, I'm setting myself up for success. Definitely check it out, use my discount code. I'll show you what I'm making for lunch, and yeah, see what they have to offer, because they have all the different diets that people will follow. So they've got like keto, pescatarian, vegan, vegetarian, flexitarian, which is the kind of key thing and the key reason I love Green Chef and I talk about them so much, because it's right up my street. I love it so much. I'm gonna make some breakfast because it's now 9 o'clock and I am behind on my schedule I would usually be on because I'm filming. So it would probably usually be about 8:15, 8:30 about the time I make my breakfast. And then I get into the office and start some work. I forgot to take my Simprove. I really need to be sponsored by Simprove. I need to get in touch with them because I talk about them so much, because I have this every morning. Very occasionally I forget, like I was just about to. I personally love the taste of it. The only thing I find difficult is how cold it is. But this is live and active bacteria, mango and passion fruit flavour. I find it very convenient because you get a subscription and then it comes every month, kind of like Green Chef vibe. But any probiotics, prebiotics in your food, in your diet, you can take it in a supplement form, or you can eat things like kimchi, sauerkraut. Vegetables have pre and probiotics. Just lots of variety of fruit, vegetables and fermented foods are filled with pre and probiotics, and they're so good for your gut health. And gut health is something that I do have issues with sometimes, as you know. So I take this first thing in the morning and it really, really helps. Breakfast is ready. I thought I would spare you watching me make porridge again, because I think I've done that maybe thousands of times at this point on my channel. A really important healthy habit that I want to share with you is protein. I've talked about it more recently in my videos, that I have changed my diet to include a lot more protein, and it has had a really positive impact on my life. I'm just going to get the shaker. I'm using the Form Nutrition because this has vitamin A, D, C, thiamine, riboflavin, B3, B6, folic acid, B12, biotin, pantothenic acid. So the only thing I take supplement wise alongside this is omega, but I also have chia seeds and flax seeds pretty much every day in my smoothie or in my porridge. So I'm trying to cover all my bases. This is important as a vegan, but also just in general. Like, you want to be aware that you're having a balanced diet, and if supplements are needed, for example, if you're vegan, taking a B12 can be really helpful. And is very important because it doesn't typically come naturally in vegan foods, and a lot of vegan foods though are supplemented with it. So if you do eat vegan alternatives like vegan milks, vegan cheeses, they are supplemented. And B12 is number one. Then vitamin D is really important. It's one of those things now I think that they're saying that everyone should take, especially if you live in a country that is dark. So if you're living in the UK, you know that obviously the sun is not shining for as many hours, so that's a really important one. And then omegas are important for everyone, but if you're someone who doesn't eat fish, then taking a supplement can be helpful because maybe you won't get enough from things like the fats, like chia seeds, flax seeds. I think supplements are good for convenience. Doesn't replace a balanced diet, of course, but protein as a vegan can be trickier to get, even not as a vegan. Maybe if you are someone who tries to reduce the amount of meat you eat, maybe you're plant-based, maybe you're flexitarian, you may not be getting enough protein, or you may. It does depend on the person, especially if you're someone who is weight training or exercising. Protein can be really helpful, and I like to use the words can and maybe because everyone is very different, and that is another healthy mindset to have, that you are not me and I'm not you. So anything you see from an influencer online, it doesn't have to apply to you, but it might, and it can, and it could be helpful. Prior to upping my protein, I found myself getting hungry more often. I found I had more dips and ups in moods, and I saw a dietitian and we spoke about protein, spoke about my diet, and ever since changing it, it has just very much helped me. It's just made me feel much more even. And protein is a tricky subject to talk about as a vegan because everyone says, where'd you get your protein? And then vegans go, you don't need that much protein. I'm somewhere in the middle. I think you've got to take a balanced approach with it. But I'm actually gonna eat my breakfast before it gets cold, because this video, it ain't short. I've had my breakfast. I've probably got food on my face, as I always seem to do in these videos. But now I'm gonna do a bit of tidying. This will be a different amount of tidying every day, but it is another thing that has very much changed my life, because I have this kind of two sides of my personality, like the organised and the disorganised. I love everything to be perfect and beautiful and tidy, but I am not tidy half the time. It's like, yeah, I just have these two personalities. So the way that I have figured out to keep my home tidy And this is actually relatively recent, because before I used to sort of let my home get messy and then have to clean it all in one go and do so much tidying, and it would be a big job. I'm trying to do a little bit every day. So recently I've started hoovering every morning because we've got pets. It gets a bit gross. Emptying the dishwasher every morning. I feel like this sounds probably just like the most simple thing, but if you are similar in that way and you do struggle to keep things tidy and you leave it and you leave it and you leave it, just do a little bit every day and you'll find that your house just will be generally tidy. So instead of me just running off to go start work, which usually that's part of the reason why my house gets messy, is because I'm always thinking I need to be working, I'm gonna tidy up first because I do have the time, and giving yourself the grace to say, I have time and I can fit this in, I can make it an important part of my day that I do a little bit of tidying. If that is 1 minute of tidying, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, doesn't really matter. Just if it's literally that most days you leave your cup out or you just throw your clothes on the side, just make that one little change to tidy as you go so that you don't have to do it later. So that's what I'm gonna do. Even my mind is blown by this because I just looked at the clock and went, surely not. Because it's been, I think it has been 10 minutes, maybe pushing 15. I did so much just then. I folded all the laundry, I hoovered the hallway, I did the washing up, loaded the dishwasher and tidied everything away. In the past, I would have looked at all that stuff and thought, oh, I do not have the time. I have so much to do, there's no way. When in reality, it will just mean that at the end of the week, at the weekend, I will have to spend so much more time doing that. Say hello, Alex.
Hello, Alex.
I knew you would do that. Next little habit, which I have touched on a little bit in a recent video, is planning and scheduling. I don't want to go into too much detail because obviously this video is full of stuff, but I did get this diary from Grace Beverley. It's called The Productivity Method. I'm sure there are other similar diaries out there. This one though, for me personally, has really helped because it has kind of given me a setup that really works for my brain. The long and short of it is I'm planning my week on a week's view. So on a Sunday, I'll plan my week, which looks something like this. So you've got Monday to Sunday. I can loosely write out what's happening each day. So yesterday was a lot of planning, today is filming, tomorrow is shooting a recipe video, Thursday I'm filming another vlog, but I'm also uploading, so I'm gonna be editing. Friday I'm vlogging, but also we're traveling. So that's what my week looks like. And it kind of enables you to jot it down. You can look at your calendar and think what's coming up, really reduces the anxiety of Sunday and what's it called? The Sunday scaries. And then every day I have a page that looks like this. So I write down the date, obviously. A habit I'm keeping today, which I really like because it enables you to focus on something personal that isn't work related. And today I wrote down reading because I'm really trying to read a lot more. Then it has schedule, project, tasks, quick tasks. So it enables you to break down your day into hourly time blocks, which is so useful when you're looking at your to-do list and thinking, when am I going to do this? When am I going to do that? So you can really plot it. I have not followed this today because of filming. So I really know now that I need to be more aware of if I'm filming that things are going to be quite different. And that's another thing that this does really help, is it actually teaches you a lot about how you work and how you do things. So it teaches you a lot about yourself. It basically enables you to have self-awareness. I'm editing now, and then lunch, and then editing, and then I'm doing a bit of research for a project, and then I'm gonna try and do yoga or Pilates later. And then you have projects, so this really helps you to focus on what it is that you're working on at that moment. So it's not necessarily a task. So this for me is, there's one vlog that I'm doing alongside this vlog, there's this vlog, and there's also TikTok and recipe reels. Those are the projects that I'm focusing on today. Then you can break it down into tasks. These are things that take longer than half an hour, longer than 5 minutes. So they're gonna take, yeah, about half an hour to an hour, maybe even longer. And this is stuff like, for me anyway, this is stuff like editing, emails, and preparing stuff. And then quick tasks are things you can do under 5 minutes. This is stuff for me today, like emailing people and deleting some files and posting a video. So having the tasks and quick tasks broken down like that really helps you to be productive, because you go back and forth between the tasks and quick tasks as and when you feel capable. So if you're feeling overwhelmed by a task that you're doing that's taking you a long time, you can have a break and go, do you know what, I'm gonna do some quick tasks because I wanna switch off from editing or whatever it is you're doing. It also enables you to make the most of those pockets of time in your day when you're kind of twiddling your thumbs and maybe you're procrastinating. I also have a list of 3 non-negotiable things I'll get done today, and that really helps you to prioritize the most important things in your day. So for me today, it's this vlog, it's editing a recipe, TikTok and reel, and it's making sure all the emails that I have written down that I need to do are done. Yeah, you can follow this kind of structure on your own. Alex, I've shown him this structure and he's been doing it in his own notepad just because. And then I also have a setup on my calendar. So this is what the Google Calendar view looks like. I use a Google Calendar as well as my notepad. This is more just a general view. So orange, for example, is when I'm filming. So I'm basically filming every day this week. You can see we're going on a trip to Budapest this weekend. I have all of my appointments in here. So dentist appointments. This is Alex's task. So he's in blue. So basically, if there's certain things we know that we want to be working on, that will be noted kind of like in a similar way that the shoots are noted. And as you can see, I've noted down the things that I wanted to talk about in this video. But for example, today, Alex is working on affiliates and brand deals and pricing things up. So we've spoke about that yesterday, and we add it in each day, or Alex adds it in each day, depending. But tomorrow we're filming both of us. And then there'll probably be other things that we're doing on Thursday. But it just really helps to basically reference when I'm looking in my notepad. I have recurring things like team meetings, financial checks, when I'm uploading Instagrams, when I'm uploading YouTube videos. And without it, the content I produce on social media would not happen. I know this is different for everybody because everyone's jobs are so vastly different. There'll be so many of you who watch this video who this is just not relevant for, it just isn't needed for you. But I think it would apply very well to people who have some kind of calendar to manage in some way. You're a student or you are self-employed. I think that could be helpful. So I'm gonna get on with editing. I've got a vlog to edit, and then I've got some Instagram content to edit for a brand, and I'm gonna then send that off and then have some lunch. So I'm gonna make my lunch. I think it's a matter of cutting up and dicing the onion, combining it together and then seasoning it. I think that's making the salsa, and then frying up this isn't chicken in the spice mixture, and then microwaving our tacos, and then building your tacos. I think it's a very simple recipe, which I like, and there's not too many ingredients. So I'm gonna give this a go and show you what we make. Here they are. They look very delicious. So I'm gonna give one a whirl. That was rapid. How long did that take? 10 minutes? Like literally, and I'm filming, so like they were very rapid. As I'm eating this, I'm realising how similar this is to the lunch I have all the time. Isn't it, Al?
Yes, you love it.
Like I literally have wraps with this isn't chicken and vegan cheese and avocado and lemon. I always put lemon juice or lime juice on top. I always put salad in it. The only difference is that I don't usually make like a salsa or put red onion in there. So I'm gonna do that now. Easy peasy and absolutely delish. So yeah, definitely recommend Green Chef. I'll leave my discount code on screen, what it gets you, and then also in the description box down below. I rave about them because they are great. I really, really rate them. I think that you will love them too, because I've not tried a meal yet that I haven't loved. And whenever I share this kind of stuff, especially when it's like food, I'm being serious, because I'd never ever want to like recommend something that wasn't good. So definitely give it a try, and you may as well, if you get that much off, why not give it a try? Good afternoon. I'm having a productive work day, working my way through the edit, though the edit I just did took a bit longer. Still working on some editing on my phone, but I thought I'd share with you about time limits. So my phone's just told me that I've run out of time on Instagram. So you can go, actually I'm gonna turn Taylor Swift off because she's playing on in the background. You can go to your settings. So you can go to your screen time and you can click downtime. No, not downtime, app limits. So I'm going to change this actually, because I'm doing it every day and it's annoying me, because I've set it to an hour for Instagram and TikTok, which, because it's my job, it's silly because I need more time than that. So I'm going to change it to 2 hours every day. But basically it reminds you to get off TikTok or Instagram. Maybe you have a game that you use all the time, but I feel like a lot of us get stuck on social media. So set a limit so that it can remind you. You can override it. You can click remind me in 15 minutes. You can say just 1 more minute, or you can just override it for the day. But it's a really great reminder to be like, oh, I've actually been on here for 2 hours today. I probably shouldn't be going on here anymore. Work is essentially done for the day. We do need to go to the shops, and now Alex and I are going to bargain with one another for who's going to do that, because I really don't want to.
Oh, you said you were going.
I really don't want to go.
It was on camera. Just now.
Was it?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't. I was just thinking how excited I am because my friends messaged, because we're going to Budapest this weekend to see our friends Nat and Lydia, because they live in Budapest. And this was another thing, actually, I was like, I should add that, because this is another thing that has been really important to my, like, just my happiness recently, is making sure that there's stuff booked in the calendar to look forward to. Because I feel like before, when I wasn't feeling great, when I was maybe feeling more anxious, I never had stuff arranged that wasn't like work, and I wouldn't be looking forward to things because it would all just be like, oh, I've got to renovate, we're renovating, or we're working, or we're doing all this stuff. And we've got so many lovely trips coming up. So we're going to Budapest, we're going to Brussels, we're going to go stay in a lovely house in Cornwall. In the new year, we've got other things that we want to look forward to. And I really, really recommend having trips or things planned and organised with friends and family. It doesn't have to be a holiday, of course. Aside from holidays, I have also been really trying every week to like message friends and try and do something fun with them. It could be a workout class or just like going round for a cup of coffee, because it's important to get outside of your own brain, because I spend a lot of time overthinking, and it makes a difference if you just spend half an hour to an hour with a friend and you have that arranged. So if I don't arrange it, it doesn't happen. So we're going to see our friends this weekend, and I thought of it because they just messaged with like an itinerary, and they're amazing because they're like, we're going to do all these things, and they've said that we're going to go ice skating. I just can't wait. It's going to be so fun.
You're going to hate the temperature though, aren't you?
It's going to be cold, but it's going to be Christmassy. Don't worry, I'm going to pack like my hat, gloves, scarf.
It's going to be the kind of cold where it's not cold enough to snow, so it's worth it, but it's just freezing.
It said that it's actually going to snow potentially.
Yeah.
So I really hope it does snow. But you have to stay tuned for that, because that's coming in Vlogmas. Good evening. I am gonna have some dinner now. I'm having leftovers, mac and cheese. That's a healthy habit for you. Enjoy comfort food when you need it. And also make sure you have time off. I am really trying to switch off in the evenings and not work. So it's 5:30, time to stop working, time to relax, do things that make me feel happy, like having some dinner with Alex, watching a TV show together. I'm gonna plan my day for tomorrow and just relax in bed. I like to read. I'm really trying to read a lot more, so this evening I'm gonna try and read a book and just relax. So yeah, dinner time. Good evening, I'm in bed. I'm yet to take my makeup off, but I wanted to say goodnight. It is 8 o'clock, so going to bed early is very important for me. So I have a fresh start tomorrow. I can be productive. I have got a busy day tomorrow. Writing in my book is making me realise what I can and can't do, what's needed, what's important, what's a priority. And getting an early night is going to make me feel so much better. So it's 8 o'clock. I'm going to go take my makeup off. I'm going to get back into bed and I'm going to read, and I'm pretty certain that I'm going to fall asleep immediately. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see another video like this, because given how much I talked in this video, I'm assuming this video is quite long. I obviously have a lot to say about these kinds of things, and this seems to be my life's work, like trying to take care of my brain and my body, and I feel like I'm slowly figuring it out. So let me know if you enjoyed this, and make sure to check out Green Chef, like I mentioned, in the description box. And Roxy is gonna go to sleep with me in bed with little kitty. Make sure you subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in my next video.